Why has that 11-year-old kid got a can of Skoal in his back pocket?
Hello there, and welcome to the If It Swims podcast, the multi-species angling podcast. I am Brett Bolton. Joining me for episode 28 are Gary Houle.
Hey guys.
And Dave Spear.
Howdy.
Thanks for joining, guys. I swapped up the order to try and confuse you.
That's right.
You got me. It worked.
This month, we've got some recent trips, some fishing news, and we will close out with our first installment of Fish of the States, which should be fun. As this is an angling podcast, can you think of a better way to kick things off than with angling? That said, I'll let Gary get us going.
All right.
Oh man. Well, it's been a busy month.
It has.
I managed to actually get out and do some day fishing or weekday fishing after work. Trying to take a cue from Bret, getting it every day at lunch. That was awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, had some great days, had some dead days, but
Yeah.
most of it's just been local pond here. 2 weeks ago, I took the kayak out, went up Muddy
Ooh.
Creek on Lake Ray Hubbard.
How far did you go?
Saw a few gar, cast at one, got 0 bites. On the way up, I set a couple of jug lines, had a soft shell turtle on the way back, and that was it. Nothing, no fish.
I gotcha.
But a couple of days later, yeah, bunch of bass, bunch of little panfish in the local pond. So it made up for a skunk day.
That's not bad,
Yeah.
though, but you got the kayak up that creek, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did you play with
I'll
the
go
gar
more
any?
prepared next time. I cast at one. He wasn't interested.
Really?
So the other
Wow.
two they were far away and just came up, rolled, and moved on.
I got you. Dave, I know what you've been doing.
Stuff. Fishing and stuff. I've been doing some fishing.
Yeah, you've been before work, right?
Yeah, before work and really and on the mornings and the weekends too. But
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, a little bit of before work. I've been doing some of my normal pond hopping, catching some bass. I got a pretty nice bass on a prototype jerkbait.
Mhm.
I don't know, a week or two ago. It was my scale goes in half-pound increments. It
Right.
was over 4, but not quite 4.5.
Gotcha.
So I'm just calling it a 4 1/4.
That's a good sized bass, though.
It was
especially
very long.
for a pond and just messing around trying a lure. That makes
Exactly.
it really great, doesn't it?
Exactly. So I've been out a handful of times catching bass, and then I got a wild hair, and I pretended like it was 2025, and I was carp ladder fishing, and I
That's right. I saw
took
that
a couple of
picture,
kids
but I
rods.
forgot it.
Yeah. I took a couple of kids rods out, little 18-inch kids rods, and man, I broke off 3 carp on structure. I landed one that was about 8 pounds and a couple of bullheads and turtles.
That's
and I
fine.
just had a great time.
Yeah. I guess with your carp and bullheads and largemouth, you probably out species Gary and I. I think he has 2
Oh,
this month.
Could
I
be.
have just 1.
could be.
Absolutely 1 the whole time.
And then if I work backwards a little bit, so
That's right.
I had a trip, an anniversary trip, international. I flew all the way across the pond. I went to France, and we got to this little botanical garden type thing.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to see some carp or some koi, and I did see actually both. I saw some common carp or some German carp. We were,
There you go.
just across the border from them. And but then you know what? The one fish I spotted through the water was. I flew all the way to
Oh,
France,
that's right. That's awesome.
and I saw a Steve.
Yeah.
I saw a largemouth
What was
bass.
it doing there? Was it in the wild?
There was 4 or 5 of them. No, this was a pond at a like a botanical center.
Okay,
It was
okay.
like, there's a few ducks and some lily pads. There's 4 or 5 fish. As I walked around the pond, there's another bass. There's another bass. And that's all I saw. I didn't see any panfish. I didn't see any weird,
Yeah.
European fish.
Yeah. Well, they stock those largemouth all over the planet.
That's true. I wonder if they were Florida Steves. Probably.
I would bet that's what stocked around the planet. I know that's what stocked in Japan.
And then if we back up, like
Florida bass.
about a week before that,
Yes,
Bret came to visit me. I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, I'll get that one with mine before I kick into my lunch times. Yeah, I went down and saw Dave. We had some terrible weather. But the fish didn't seem to care, though. It was kind of weird.
It was a little slow. It was a little post cold front slow.
We caught 5 bass the second day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so there's a species of I'll say bass. There's a species of what's called bass.
Yeah, species of sunfish.
Species of sunfish that are people call bass down in central Texas, and everyone's caught one down there. They're super easy to catch. I've never actually caught one. It's the Guadalupe bass. I went down to catch one. I didn't see one, but I went down and goofed off anyway. I caught 3 species, though, Dave.
Oh, that's right.
I caught some largemouth. I caught a really pretty little spotted bass, and I really like spotted bass. And I caught a red breast sunfish.
Yeah.
That was a lump.
And it was kind of a big one.
Too. Yeah. It ate a full-size fluke, you tell me.
I will say this about your spotted bass that might have been a spotted bass, might have been a Guadalupe. Like we decided, right before
tongue patch.
Yeah, right before he came, I looked up. I was like, because I couldn't remember. I was like, what's the easiest way to tell him? And it's tooth patch, no tooth patch. Interestingly enough, later on, for some reason, I saw something about Guadalupe bass later on in the month, meaning
right.
And half of what I found said spotted bass has a tooth patch and a Guadalupe doesn't. And half had those the other way around. Wow. And some of them said some Guads have a tooth patch and look at the color of it. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, the third thing you said is possible. But without question, spotted bass have a tooth patch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. We know.
Yeah. So also between Dave going before work and Gary going after work, we've got the whole day covered.
Exactly.
I've been going at lunch last month nearly every day.
Yeah.
And it's been insane. Just throwing flukes for largemouth in this little pond near my office that is obviously stocked with largemouth. That those are not wild fish.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of days of 5 fish, which is kind of cool in 40 minutes. And most of the fish are 1 to 2 pounds. Yeah. And then one day I caught 2 over 4. No reason, nothing different. Just bigger ones that day. I don't know. But like David said before, going at lunch break really feels like you're getting away with something, doesn't it?
That's right. It almost feels like you're cheating on corporate America.
It's 10 minutes up there and 10 minutes back. So I get a full 40 minutes. And I park as close as I can to the water, and I am casting within 8 steps from the car.
Nice. Oh, nice.
I got to maximize every second, right? And I also went and met Gary for dinner one evening. And since I work in education, I got out of office at like 2:30. So I went and fished that pond waiting for him to get off of work too. So that wasn't bad either. I think I caught 5 or 6 that day. I sent him pictures while he was working.
Yeah, making it hard.
That's the idea. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I need to get out on the weekend and try for some other species, but for now, lunch is good enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm ready to hear some fishing news. I have a backup this month because I believe there's an 85% chance we're all 3 going to have the same story.
I joked that we would have to do a Rochambeau, a little rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Nah, we've all got backups, or at least 2 of us.
That's true.
I doubt they're all the same. So I'll. It says on my notes that I'll lead off with Dave.
What? I was going to say I can go last.
You want to go last?
Sure.
All right.
Then
I'm
kick
going to
off
go
with
with the one
Gary.
that I
What do you
like
got?
better since I get the opportunity to go first. And I'm calling this one the case of the serial dumbass. Comes out of the DetroitNews.com. A Michigan man is headed to jail for something you might not expect. Ice fishing without a license. Derek Dermeyer, a 37-year-old from Washington Township in Macomb County, was sentenced on March 10th to anywhere from 30 to 180 days in jail after a DNR conservation officer caught him fishing on Lake St. Clair last December while his license was already revoked. What pushed this from a
Revoked?
simple citation into a criminal matter is Dermeyer's track record. He's racked up a string of hunting and fishing violations over the past 5 years. Overlimit perch, deer taken without a license, missing or invalid kill tags, enough dumbassery to earn him habitual offender status under Michigan law. That designation cranked up the penalties significantly, and when he was offered a plea deal that would have dropped one of the two charges, he turned it down. Again, why? A jury convicted him on both counts in February. On top of jail time, Dermeyer is on the hook for nearly $3,000 in fines and court costs, and his fishing license is revoked for another 7 years. The Michigan DNR used this case to send a clear message. The habitual offender designation exists precisely for situations like this, and the rare but real threat of jail time is part of their toolkit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know some states can revoke a license, but I didn't really know actually.
And for 7 years?
When you read off the stuff, when you read off the stuff, the stuff he's done,
he earned it.
Man. He just doesn't care. He's just one of those guys that doesn't believe in life.
Must be.
Yes, right. You know,
Or doesn't believe in the rules of
doesn't believe in conservation rules and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'm thinking like for a minute there when you were saying, this is his multiple offense, I was like, oh no, is he going to have to blow into a breathalyzer before he gets the rod out? What?
Well, that would
can't cast over 0.08.
That would. Yeah, that would cancel a lot of fishing license sales in a lot of states.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally don't do that, but boy, a lot of people use fishing just so they can.
Oh, sure.
Yep. All right. I guess.
All right, Brett.
Next.
I think you need to tell us what we all are waiting to hear.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. I have one from CBS News. The headline says, salmon exposed to cocaine swim almost twice as far as those without a study.
I did not see this one. No.
No?
Oh.
Is this yours, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw like 12 versions of this story in the last week.
Because it's the kind of story we need here, too.
I mean, we've heard of cocaine bear, but cocaine salmon?
And I'll mention later, I think we've done cocaine sharks on the podcast before. I'm not positive. At least I read one thinking about bringing it. Anyway,
right.
Salmon exposed to cocaine in the water swim longer distances than those that go without, according to a study released this week. Cocaine use is on the rise worldwide, with UN reporting an estimated 25 million people used the stimulant in 2023, and the drug being increasingly found in waterways. Joint research released Monday by scientists in Australia's Griffith University and the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences studied how the drug affected the movements of wild fish in their natural habitats. Here's the fun part. Researchers took 105 wild Atlantic salmon in Sweden's Lake Vättern and exposed them to cocaine and then tracked their movements. They found the river dwellers exposed to the drug traveled 1.9 times further per week than their clean living cousins. Any unnatural change in animal behavior is a concern, the co-author said. We're finding higher and higher concentrations of not just illicit drugs, but all types of pharmaceuticals in our waterways. Our study shows that drugs are not the only societal issues, but also concrete environmental challenges, he said. A separate study, released last month, found that sharks in the Bahamas are consuming substances including caffeine, painkillers, and cocaine. Now, I know how they're getting those.
Yeah.
While the detection of cocaine, an illicit substance, tends to draw more immediate attention, the widespread presence of caffeine and other pharmaceuticals in the blood of many is alarming. These are legal substances routinely consumed and often overlooked, yet their environmental footprint is clearly detectable. So I believe we've covered cocaine sharks here before. If not, we looked at it. But what a crazy story. And the kind of thing we should...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know where you were going with this one at first. It's like, what are they testing, giving cocaine to salmon for? But yeah, I mean, polluted waterways, 100%. Yeah.
The fact that it's appearing in water, yeah. And all kinds of stuff is appearing in water. Other articles I read mentioned there are a lot of antidepressants in the water.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff gets dumped. And it looks like in many places, the water treatment before they dump it into the rivers isn't getting that kind of stuff out.
Right. It probably wasn't designed for it.
It wasn't designed for it. It was never thought about. Obviously, now it needs thought about.
What I thought was interesting, so I read a couple of versions of this story. I knew one of us would probably bring it.
Oh, I totally did.
I read a couple of versions of the story, and more than one of them pointed out that there is a, what did they call it? It's a breakdown product with a really long, hard to pronounce name. I'm going to try to say it.
The one that the liver makes?
Benzoylecgonine, something like that. But anyway, what they said was the fish on that were the real revelation of the study. They swam 8 miles farther from the site and covered twice as much distance as the unexposed salmon and the cocaine salmon.
Wow,
I saw that as well, but I edited it out because
because it's a hard word to say.
Try and pronounce it. Benzoyl something. I saw it. I just forgot it. Yeah.
I had forgotten about it, but I saw this headline on my phone. Just headline news, something about cooked up salmon, and I hadn't read it. And then when I was searching for news, I was like, oh man,
it was everywhere. And of course, I saw 2 more doomsday fish this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and oarfish. Washed up in Oregon.
I think
or
oarfish just wash up, man.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So what do you have now, Dave?
Well, I have now built up kind of an array of backup stories. And
lucky you.
I'll take a cue here from Gary's story, and I'll read you a story that comes from Fort Worth, Texas.
I know what you're doing. I saw this guy today on Facebook saying,
okay,
let me know what he did that was wrong. And I watched his video.
Yeah.
Dude's lucky it was only $1,200. All right, go ahead.
So what began as a routine day of fishing at Lake Arlington turned into an unusual encounter for Mark Everett. A lot of people say there's no fish in this lake, so I see it as a challenge. On March 22nd, Everett was fishing for catfish when something unexpected took the line. It was a little unreal. In fact, it was really, really weird. I was on the side of the boat like this, and I pulled it on up, and it was a dang alligator.
Yep.
He recorded the encounter and posted video online saying he later released the animal near where it was caught. Mm-hmm. But according to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, game wardens in Tarrant County investigated a report of an angler catching an alligator around midnight that day. Officials said that the angler brought the alligator to shore to remove it from the fishing line. But then he live streamed it on social media for about 2 hours while feeding the animal and encouraging other people to come take selfies with it.
Yep.
Yeah, so following the investigation, he was issued citations for illegal possession of an alligator, intentional feeding of a free-ranging alligator, and also not having a hunter's education certificate. Now, the TPWD, or Texas Parks and Wildlife officials, note that unintentionally catching an alligator while fishing is not a violation, as long as the animal is immediately released.
Mhm.
However, intentionally feeding an alligator is illegal. It can cause the alligators to become accustomed to humans and associate people with food, increasing the risk of dangerous encounters.
Yep.
Everett described the encounter as something out of a video game. It's some kind of video game. That's the best way I can describe it.
Nice.
Wildlife officials say the takeaway is simple. If you encounter an alligator, keep your distance.
Kind of hard when they're sitting at your feet.
And he,
Yeah.
he released those guys, yeah. He released the video and everything,
Yeah.
yeah. And he goes, well, this is my video. Let me know if you think I was wrong. Well, I watched it.
Yeah. I never saw the video, but when I first saw the story of the headline and I just kind of skimmed the first couple of lines, I was like, a guy caught an alligator. But I went ahead and read a few more lines. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, this guy was messing with this alligator. I've never hooked one, but I did have an alligator grab a speckled trout.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Parks and Wildlife has rules for what happens when an alligator grabs your
That's now his.
trout down there on the coast.
What is the rule?
Cut the line.
Oh, really?
Cut the line.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Take it all. Yep.
Yeah.
If you, and I assume the best answer too, if you hook one, is cut the line, dude.
I'm not going to try to
Alligators
get that
pretty
hook out.
fast.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
If you wanted to,
You're
mess with
also
the alligator.
you're probably not going to hook it either. It's going to swallow that fish whole. Well, there's our news. We got coked up salmon and we got a couple of low life fishermen.
We do have a
and
couple of low life fishermen.
We're talking to a couple of low life fishermen.
Yeah.
Wait, you said
different
couple.
kind of low life.
That implies one of us isn't.
Yeah. Each of us is talking.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a big triangle.
Yeah.
Different kind of low life.
Yeah.
That's true. Low brow, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. And different kind of diversity. They put it from his first one too, right? I keep my license up to date at least.
That's right. I even buy one when I go somewhere weird.
Yeah, I think my record is 4 states in a year for licenses.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Nope.
Weird.
No,
5.
that makes sense.
Forgot Oklahoma. I get one of those every year.
I've probably hit 4 in 1 year, especially when I used to live up near you guys and I would get the Oklahoma license. As well
Right.
as
That
Texas
adds one
for
immediately,
the-
you know. Yeah.
And then, so if you take 2 trips, yep.
Yep, exactly. Hey, I think it's new segment time. What do you
All
think?
right.
New segment.
There we go. So we're starting a new segment titled Fish of the States. We are starting with Alabama, which means we're going alphabetically. So keep track, jump in, help us out if you want. Starting with you guys, have either of y'all fished Alabama? I know, Dave, you were threatening to make a trip before this.
I have not fished in Alabama.
I had never even
Great.
been to the state. No.
You haven't?
I'm not well traveled, I'm a little West Texas boy.
I don't think I've been to Alabama either.
Really?
If I have, I've been through a corner of it. And in
Or-
fact,
Or you were
years
just on
ago-
I-20 going to Florida or something and
Right.
passed right through it.
years ago, I had a friend. I mean, we'd still be friends. I think we've just, kind of fallen out of contact, that lives in Gulf Shores. And so
Okay.
I always threatened to go to Gulf Shores and do some saltwater fishing there, but I've never made it.
All right. Well, I have, but it's not that awesome. When I was a little kid, we were traveling through there on the way to D.C. with my grandparents. And we stopped at a campground somewhere outside Tuscaloosa, in a little pond there. And when I was a kid, this is either awesome or embarrassing. I'm not sure which. When I was a kid, I kept a Skoal can with hooks and line in it all the time with me.
There's
Oh,
nothing wrong
that's
with that,
kind of
man.
awesomely embarrassing.
So while I was there, I had it with me, and I think I caught some grasshoppers or something, and caught some bluegill out of that little pond.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you keep it in your back pocket so that you got that ring worn into your pants?
So we didn't have much money. Most of the pants I had said ring.
Nice.
Because they were hand-me-downs from somebody, so it was already there. So, whatever it is, right? Anyway.
Everybody's looking, why is that 11-year-old kid got a can of Skoal in his back pocket?
Exactly. Oh, man. I say bluegill. I don't remember, but they were small sunfish in big numbers.
They could have been sunpurr.
Exactly.
They were probably bluegill or greenies or green sunfish. Anyway, on to Alabama.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this month, one of the new species for me was a greenie. I mean, I'm sure I've caught them before, but I didn't have it documented. So
new documented species.
Right. And you're like, yep, I know I got one.
Exactly. So here we go. Alabama. Surprisingly, the most fish diverse state in the country.
Oh, wow.
See? That's what
is that inshore only, or is that including
all of us?
Salt? Okay, freshwater only. Okay.
The saltwater is the same. Saltwater is the same as the state next to it, and most of
fair enough,
Gulf, right? So, yeah, it surprised me as well. Alabama's numerous freshwater rivers, reservoirs, streams, springs, and lakes are home to more than 450 fish species.
All right, next, kind of make a trip to Alabama.
I know you could go down there, couldn't you?
I don't think I've caught half that many species of fish in my life.
Nowhere near for me.
And but you know how these species are. They're 2-inch long. Charters or something. But it's still cool to have that much diversity in one place. The Alabama watershed is genuinely referred to by biologists as the Amazon of the U.S.
What?
Yep. So I know that the Southeast did not get completely glacialized. I think that's a word.
Sounds like a word.
So that probably plays part of it, right?
Sure.
And there's a lot of isolated little streams and rivers there that can hold different species. Alabama is one of the few states with 2 official state fishes.
Oh.
No, Texas has 2 as well, Dave.
What?
One for freshwater and one for saltwater.
And one for salt. Oh, interesting.
Yes, it makes sense when you look at it that way, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. In freshwater, the largemouth bass was designated in 1975.
Okay.
The largemouth is also the state fish of Georgia and Mississippi, and it was the state fish of Florida until they separated those biologically. So it's not surprising that it would be there, but it is appropriate. And for saltwater, it's the tarpon.
Oh, it's a tarpon. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. They listed it as the quote fighting tarpon. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
It's the South. They're fighting in front of everything,
non-fighting tarpon.
Right. That you all, yeah, I think it's the case, right? I think it's the fighting tarpon as if it were a mascot or something.
Would that be cool if that was your high school mascot, though?
It would be.
Every year when I go to the coast, I drive by a high school. That's it's the Sharks is their
why not, right? I mean, probably every little small coastal town, whether the Sharks or the Rays or
I guarantee you, but somewhere between the Mexico-Texas border there on the Gulf and the tip of Florida, somewhere along there, a high school is the fighting tarpon.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway. Right?
So you listed 2 other states have largemouth bass as their state fish.
Yeah.
I would have guessed way more states.
There might be more.
Oh, okay. Just in the vicinity. I got you.
Really, yeah. But a lot of states use a little more unique. Texas is not, as you know.
Yeah.
They make it a little fancy with it instead of using just the largemouth. They got some records in there. You want to hear them?
I'm curious to see what you tell us about the records.
All
That was
right.
some of the data I pulled up for
Yeah,
Alabama too.
yeah. I've just
I
got a
figured we
few-
both would, but
I got a few highlights here.
yeah.
Blue catfish,
Uh huh.
120 pounds.
That's a big fish.
Yep.
from 2012. Yeah, the largemouth, 16 pounds.
Oh,
8
wow.
ounces. It's a nice fish. It's a nice largemouth. We'll get to Georgia later. I'll mention their state record. We know what that one is,
That's right.
though. There's striped bass, which is a landlocked striped bass, at 69 pounds 9 ounces.
Which is also
Mm-hmm.
the current world record.
Is it? I did not see that on my perfect.
Yes. Yep.
Overall or landlocked?
Probably. I don't know if they have a separate landlocked cat. And I didn't cross check this with the IGFA. I got this straight from Alabama's site. So
Okay. I'm sure Alabama's not. It's on their site. It's not on somebody's site. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, what I mean by that is I didn't go look at IGFA, and I don't know if they have a separate category for like a saltwater or
Oh,
freshwater striped
I got you.
bass.
I
I
got
just
you.
don't know. I just saw that it was a standing world record.
Yeah, just because I know that in the Gulf there is not a population of striped bass.
Right.
I think historically there were a few out there, and now there's a few running around down there that come down from the rivers, and those fish have been.
Yeah, I tell you what, this series segment is going to teach me is how little I know about the other states. I mean, I was just thinking when you said that 69-pound striped bass, like,
Yeah.
okay, how lakey is Alabama? Do we have big, deep lakes there, or is it little puddles?
They've got plenty of reservoirs, and I believe that record came from the tail race. Of one of the
Okay,
reservoirs.
okay.
Wilson Reservoir.
Is that what it says for the record?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, mine says Bankhead Reservoir
Oh, interesting.
from 2013.
Oh,
Oh, you know what?
oh.
You're right.
Sweet. What were you looking
I'm
at?
sitting here looking at a spreadsheet and there's only the wrong row.
Oh, perfect. No, that's good. That's good. Hey, man, data can be wrong out there anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, and I'm
I'm just thinking, like, leave it to the guy whose
Come on, I
job it
wanna
is
see-
to get it wrong.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I've
So
also have a what else?
Go ahead.
I've also got a hybrid striped bass on here, a wiper.
Yeah.
25 pounds, 15 ounces.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a nice wiper. They've got an alligator gar record too
Oh, what's that at?
Mm-hmm.
at 151 pounds.
Of the records Alabama is keeping, that is the heaviest fish on the record. The second heaviest is the blue cat.
Nice. Very good. My favorite of the records that I came across
Uh-huh.
is this 4 pounds, 12 ounce bluegill.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a pig.
I can't even wrap my head around that. I'm happy to catch a 4 pound, 12 ounce largemouth.
Yeah. And how old is that record?
That ain't getting broken.
Do you have it?
50.
1950.
There might be some
Yeah.
steel balls inside that
Been there a while.
bluegill.
I guess, but it's probably accurate. I've seen they can get stupid, and some of those bluegill from down east are they're pretty chunky.
Those, especially those copper
Copper nose.
bluegills.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I have a bowfin record at 18 pounds.
You said
6
18?
ounces.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the bowfin record runs pretty much equal to the largemouth record everywhere.
Yeah.
And I have two more that are fun. I have the big mouth buffalo
Mm-hmm.
at 57 and the smallmouth at 46.
Yep.
Yep. And those are the ones I grabbed. Did you grab anything else interesting, Dave?
I did. Just a couple of highlights from my end too. So
Yeah.
like when I looked at their records, they had 42 species listed,
Ooh.
which I thought was interesting for records. And I was going to call out a couple of those ones Bret did. I'll call out the
Real
ones
quick,
that he didn't.
They should have 42. They have a lot of species there.
Exactly. Exactly. It's only 10% of their species. The ones I was going to call, you've called out a couple of them. I was going to call it the largest, which was the gar, and the smallest, which is a 8-ounce long ear sunfish from 1990.
I can go beat that.
I think we can. Like in terms of getting the smaller one, you mean?
No, 8 ounce. I can beat 8 ounces on a long ear.
They have some interesting rules about their records, and I'm going to get them wrong now. I just read them an hour or two ago.
Okay,
but
perfect.
under a certain number of pounds, you have to beat it by like 4 ounces.
Right.
And then over a certain number of pounds, you have to beat it by 5%. So,
okay.
So, you have to catch probably a 12-ounce long ear to beat this one.
That's getting pretty big.
Another one I wanted to call out was the oldest of their records that they have from 1949, their freshwater drum.
Oh, man. If I'd seen that one, I'd have grabbed it because I love that fish.
Yeah. 41 pounds.
I was going to guess 50.
Oh, I should have let you guess. That's
a big drum.
41 and a half. Yeah, 41 and a half.
That's just, I don't know where in the state that one was.
Yeah.
But just not much further south from wherever it was.
Yep.
There's a black drum that looks just like it. That's about the same size.
Well, interestingly about that freshwater drum is it was a previous world record. So it's now been beat as a world record, but it's still Alabama State's freshwater drum world record. They have a couple of other world records. The silver red horse at 14 pounds, 14 ounces.
I like red horse.
And I would have never thought a red horse would get that big.
No, they're all 2 and 3 pounds. Of course, there's how many species of red horse are there?
That's true.
The ones I know are all 2 to 3 pounds.
Yeah, true.
They're cool looking fish too.
The bluegill you mentioned is a world record.
Oh yeah, it's a big fish.
And the other world record that they currently hold is a yellow bass at 2 pounds, 8 ounces.
2.5 pound yellow bass, huh?
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a monster. That's a huge white bass.
Yeah.
And white bass eat yellow bass.
Yeah. And like Bret, I was just impressed at some of the sizes of some of the fish, including not just the big fish, but some of the fish that you don't think of as.
Well, and I think this rule, I don't even live in Alabama, and I don't think I have a good feeling about that rule, because that means the first person to set it on those small fish, right? You can't, at 4 ounces, that's a big, on a little fish, that's a pretty big bar.
Yeah. It's mostly just to make sure that stuff's done properly and they're not just getting innovated with
fair enough
3 ounce changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure.
Yeah. They definitely had several sub 1 pound records and, of various species, including a couple of redfin pickerels and stuff like that.
Redfin?
Yeah.
Oh man. I've never caught a redfin, Dave.
Their grass carp record was huge too, 73 pounds.
It's a big grass carp.
Yeah.
Common's probably pretty good size. Is that on there?
Common is on there at 35.
You guessed it.
Hey, total guess.
Yeah, 35, 1980.
Yeah, that's a big carp too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So those records are cool, and they give us a hint of what's fished for in Alabama. Wikipedia notes most common fish fished for in Alabama are the largemouth, the smallmouth, spotted, the crappie, the species of true bass are there, and catfish. That's pretty much the same all across the South, I would think.
Yeah.
And some other notes. The Alabama bass was previously considered a subspecies of the spotted, but it is now considered a different species entirely, native to the Mobile River Basin. And the Chattahoochee River is the only place in Alabama where anglers can catch the shoal bass, which I've never even caught one of, but they're out there. They're a cool fish. Body color resembles smallmouth, but it's more of a spotted bass shape.
I've heard of shoal bass. I've also not caught one, but that's because I've never been to Alabama.
Or Georgia. There's shoal bass in Georgia as well, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's the part I like. The Mobile Basin alone has more endemic freshwater species than most countries.
Wow.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
I mean, I'm set on it. I gotta frame this as a beach trip for the wife. Like, oh yeah, we'll go Gulf Shores, and
Yeah, but you want to climb up on those weird freshwater streams.
oh, that's the point. It's like I gotta head north after I drop her at the beach.
Yes.
No.
Right. So, a highlight of a few of the species endemic only to Alabama include the Alabama cave fish.
All right.
The cave fish is an extremely rare and critically endangered species of fish in Alabama. It has only been found in a few underground pools in one cave.
All right, so that one's not going to go on the life list. We got that much.
No, it is not. It was discovered in 1967. Lives in total darkness, has no eyes. That's fun.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then we have a few darters.
It might bite my lure.
It might. So, if I could find it. The watercress darter is a 2 to 3 inch fish that was discovered by accident in 1964 by a graduate student who realized it was unknown to science. Also federally recognized as endangered and found only in a handful of springs in Jefferson County. Same kind of thing with the vermilion darter, found only in Jefferson County, federally endangered, and occupies only a single creek in the area. It's insane. The red-eye bass, which is part of the Coosa Bass Complex, are endemic to the Mobile Basin and found above fall line in the Coosa and Tallapoosa River basins. It has become a cult favorite among small stream anglers. That's when this is, Dave, where the fly guys go out and try to get all of the so-called black bass.
All the different basses, yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably super fun if you have the time and the money to go.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And there's more of them than there are trout, so it's kind of a different kind of challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And one more, the Alabama sturgeon is possibly the rarest fish in the U.S.
Huh.
Known only from the lower Alabama River, it may be functionally extinct, although they still see its DNA when they do water samples. They don't see the fish. They see its DNA.
So you just moved into the basement, and
so there's
Interesting.
Yes, there's still something happening out there. Crazy, huh? It's all cool
super
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a downside. There is a downside. Alabama's diversity,
Yeah.
because of those isolated streams, comes with a footnote. While Alabama has the most diverse freshwater aquatic life of any state, it also has some of the highest extinction rates. Alabama ranks second in the nation for number of extinctions and is in the top 5 states for number of at-risk species. The same thing that makes them separate makes them in trouble. With fish is only in one creek, and before we were checking things like that much, a new neighborhood goes in,
Habitat destroyed.
creek's gone, right? And the entire species is gone. Yeah. So they've got a lot of work to do over there.
Well, and I can't imagine, if you have that much diversity, of course, you're going to have life on the fringes. Some of your diversity is going to be very just holding on by a thread.
Yeah, that isolation and the thread is what made it diverse. At that
How
point.
cool. I mean, I had no idea Alabama was much
that's why we're doing
biodiversity. Yeah.
this. Yeah, I had no idea either. A few more notes from Alabama. The Bass Angler Sportsman Society was founded by Ray Scott in 1967 in Montgomery, Alabama. The entire modern bass tournament industry, a multi-billion-dollar sport, traces its roots to Alabama. Alabama supports 11 million angler fishing days per year.
11 million.
11 million people go fishing at least one day.
Or Bret has a lot of money.
Exactly. Yeah,
Bret's counterpart
right.
goes fishing 3 times a day, counts as 3 angler days.
Right, exactly. Things like that. Also says Alabama has 47 reservoirs, over 500 acres, 23 state public fishing lakes, and 77,000 miles of rivers, streams, and the Mobile Delta, as well is over 60 miles of shoreline along the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Which is
It
a pretty
is.
small number. If
Yep.
you look at a map, Mississippi and Alabama share that.
Yeah. Yeah. For a long time, I didn't know that Alabama had a shoreline.
Well, it's hard. If
Yeah.
you've been there, you wouldn't know
it's
it.
very
you
small.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have anything else on Alabama? You might, Dave.
I do.
I want to hear it.
What about you?
You
Gary?
go.
You got any
I don't have any facts. I've got an
Oh.
Alabama news story that I can either save for later, or if we run out of,
Save it for later. That's awesome.
Oh, I hope I don't blow you out of the water here, but I do want to bring something up since we're on the Alabama episode. I had a news story I was going to read on the podcast several months
Really?
ago, like 5-6 months ago. And it was just one of those situations where I had a couple of news stories and one of them felt funnier at the moment or felt
Sure.
more appropriate to that particular episode. So I didn't read it. And I've thought about it several times since. And so I'm just going to ask, have you guys ever heard of the Mobile Bay Jubilee?
No.
So Jubilee is the name used locally for a natural phenomenon that occurs sporadically on the shores of Mobile Bay on Alabama's Gulf Coast.
Okay.
During a Mobilee,
By the way,
They need to get you on their marketing
missed
team.
an opportunity there because that is a great name.
I'm going to give you the TLDR and then a couple of facts. The
Awesome.
TLDR of it is that the Gulf there and Mobile Bay in particular is extremely shallow.
Mm-hmm.
So during the summer months, almost every year, many years, it happens multiple times a year. They have this thing called the Jubilee, and it's basically an oxygen deprivation from the depths.
Okay.
And so all the fish come up to the surf zone, like right up to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, all the
Really?
fish, reef fish, shrimps, everything. And I had read, I never knew about this. I read this story. I guess, probably somebody runs a story on it every year, but they started researching this. Well, basically the occurrences predate the European settlement in the region. So nobody really knows when it started, or they don't really know where the name came from. But one of the guys that wrote about the Jubilee way back in time said, at a good Jubilee, you can quickly fill a wash tub with shrimp. You can gig 100 founders and fill the back of your pickup truck a foot deep in crabs. Now, they have this event, happens generally in the early morning hours. All the fishing laws apply.
Mm-hmm.
But the state does encourage the members of Alabama to take part in it, and because you can catch all kinds of weird species and stuff. And they've been writing about this for like the earliest record is 1867, but it's been going on for probably hundreds of years.
And is it like an every year
I
thing,
thought
or
it was kind of cool.
I can't remember what you said.
That's what they say. It's basically every year, but it's conditions. It has to be like the right. It happens in the summer because it has to be hot, where the water oxygen is already depleting, right? The tide has to be right. The wind has to be right. And they can't really predict them. Some of the local fishermen kind of think, oh, there might be a Jubilee tomorrow or whatever. So it's like a thing that happens.
And it lasts like just during like high tide or whatever. And then it's a few hours.
Yeah.
Dang.
One more note that we missed. Alabama is also one half of the states involved in the yearly mullet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or they throw a mullet. You line up and try to throw a mullet across the state line. I think it's from Florida to Alabama. I'm not positive. It could be the other direction. But this is a huge event they have down there, and it's just a giant party involving also throwing a mullet
That's
across the
awesome.
state line. It is awesome. We need to head down one year and do a live segment from there.
We did talk
talked
about
this.
that.
I know. Yeah.
I think I might like to go to Mullet Fest or whatever they call it.
We can split it a week trip, and you're like few days in Florida and a few days in Alabama. And then we decide whose side we're going to choose for the mullet toss.
Oh, there you go. If you get to throw either direction, yeah. I'm not sure how that works, but it's a crazy thing.
You might have to show your driver's license at the
Yes.
Out of state.
So nothing else. Yeah, maybe you're not allowed to. Maybe you're not allowed to participate if you're out of
It costs you $2 a mullet if you got an out-of-state license.
There you go. Oh man, I think we did put a pretty big dent in Alabama fishing information.
Yeah, man, you got me psyched for Alabama.
For a few guys that have never really spent any time there.
For a few guys hanging out here, exactly.
I'm out.
Anything else for the show this month? I didn't think so. Well, let's get out of here. We are on the web at ifitswims.com and on Instagram at _ifitswims_podcast, where you will find photos from our fishing trips. Our music was written for us by Dallas artist Jeff Hewitt. Join us again next month. Spread the word. And as always, see you out there.
Hasta luego.